Have you ever gotten so overwhelmed with the state of your home that you feel paralyzed to even start trying to do anything to get it back in order? I used to feel absolutely paralyzed when the house felt like that, but now I realize that the hardest part is just getting started. Once I start, the momentum picks up and I realize, wow, that really didn't take as long as I thought it would. Or, it's amazing how much of a difference 10 to 15 minutes of focused time can make. Oftentimes, we make things out to be so much bigger than they actually are in reality. We build something up in our heads like it's some kind of monumental task when really all it's going to take is 5 minutes of resetting that space and it will feel so much better. And then after, when you see that spot in the house that you reset, it feels good. It feels lighter. It's not weighing on you and nagging at you in the back of your mind. It allows you to really free up brain space to focus on other things, and it helps to reduce the overwhelm from just the clutter in your mind that all these quiet little tasks take up, because they're taking up your brain space on your mental to-do list, but they keep getting put off. Even though they will only take a quick couple of minutes, they feel more overwhelming, which only makes it add to your overwhelm. When you keep putting off those little tasks, they add up, and then every time you see it, you think, oh, I need to fix that thing, or I need to reset this area of my home. You might even write it on your to-do list, hoping that you'll have the satisfaction of crossing it off. But then at the end of the day, it doesn't get done, and it leaves a sore spot because it's one more thing that you didn't get done that day. So it gets moved on to tomorrow's to-do list, and then it just continues to nag you until finally you take a few minutes and actually do the thing that's on your to-do list, and then you have that realization of, wow, I should have done this so long ago, because I feel so much better now, and it only took me 10 minutes. Scripture reminds us that God is not a God of disorder, but a God of peace. And so when our homes are disorderly, we're not making room for Him to move and to make miracles happen. We have cluttered spaces that are not doing us any good. They're weighing us down. And when our homes become overwhelming, our nervous systems feel it too, and we become overstimulated or distracted, and everything feels harder. When I feel overwhelmed in my home, I definitely feel spiritually more susceptible to believing the lies of the enemy, and maybe you do too. Scripture reminds us that your camp must be holy because God is among you in your home. And when we don't keep our homes in order, and we're not even talking about perfection, Pinterest-worthy visuals here. We're just talking about maintaining the blessings that we have been abundantly provided. When my home is in order, I can feel the difference. I can feel less chaos, more peace. And that's not because it looks perfect. It wouldn't look perfect to anybody else. We have a family of 7, and our home is quite lived in. There's 5 little children under the age of 10 running around, so there are toys, there are crayons, and random pieces of paper, and all of things like that. But when I take the time to give the motherly touch, the homemaker's touch to reset the home, you can just feel it. It feels brighter and lighter, and it feels like God's presence. But when it's chaos and there are toys and laundry everywhere, things are just not picked up, the kitchen is dirty, you can feel the chaos And everyone in my home suffers the consequences of that. Our nervous systems all get dysregulated. The emotions run higher. Quarrels become more frequent. And it feels like a spiritual attack because we're distracted and overwhelmed. Rather than seeing our abundance as blessings, we're seeing it as overwhelm. Like it's a burden to have so many things that we just can't manage it. But when you shift your perspective from grumbling to gratitude, you're able to see your things as blessings rather than burdens. And when you make that mental shift, your whole perception of your home can change as well. And it makes you feel like you want to clean. You want to keep your home in order because you're so grateful for all of the blessings that God has provided to you. And you want to glorify God by showing Him that you can manage what you've been blessed with and that He can continue to multiply it for you. But when you listen to the lies of the enemy and chaos becomes your go-to, it's a downward spiral from there. And so the first step is just starting. Start small. You start with just the dishes. And you change your heart posture and you think of things positively instead of, ugh, I have to clean the kitchen again. It's, wow, I feel so grateful that we have food to feed our family. And when you do that, then the momentum feels a lot bigger. And you can continue with ease and joy even. I have found so much more joy in homemaking when I've dedicated my tasks as a form of worship. And so if you're feeling stuck and you feel completely overwhelmed by your home, join me and let's get our homes reset today, because it doesn't have to feel so hard. You can do this. You can reset your home, let go of the idea of perfection, and continue with grace, because God offers you grace and He sees all of the hard work that you're doing. It's not for nothing. These are not thankless tasks. Even though sometimes it feels like nobody sees what you're doing, God sees. And let that be encouragement enough to keep going. So one of the things that I like to do when I'm feeling unsure of where to start because the house has blown up, because with this many people living in a smaller home, that happens. It happens. And I used to be so frustrated that it would happen because I would think, why can't things just stay neat? Well, because everyone hasn't learned how to maintain that, and we're working on that. But it takes effort. You can't just expect it. And so my home needs my touch to put things back in order so that my whole family can thrive. And so what I like to do when we need a complete overhaul, reset of the entire home, and I don't want to spend the next few days going through and being completely exhausted, I will do a very quick sweep of the entire house. I'll set a timer, and I'm not rushing around in the same way that you feel like you are, like a chicken with your head cut off, running around like a maniac, frantic, like you're running late for something. It's a different kind of like a race, like a excitement. Let's see how much I can get done in this 20-minute timer. And it feels different. It doesn't have that same sense of stress. It's more like excitement. And it might seem weird, but it works for me. But what I will do is I will get 3 things. You could get 2, but I'll get 3 things. One will be a trash bag. One will be a box for everything that does not belong in that room. and then a laundry basket or a pile to throw the laundry in if you don't have a laundry basket. I will start on one end of the house, and I'm not going through and cleaning and aiming for any kind of organization or anything like that. Simply, I go to one end of the house, I start in one room, and I look around in a clockwise direction, and I sweep with my eyes, and I think, okay, where is the trash? Pick up the trash. Okay, this Lego does not belong in my bedroom. It goes in the box. This piece of laundry, basket. And I go through the entire house doing that, because those are the three things for me that seem to make my house feel like it's blown up, is the kids' toys, the laundry, and random little pieces of trash that never made it to the trash can for whatever reason. And so when I go through each room and I pick up those three things, and all that's left is the stuff that actually belongs in that room, then I think, okay, where does this go? And I just put it away real quick. It doesn't take very long. It really doesn't. And then after you do that in each room, your home is reset, and you're left with a bag of trash, a basket of laundry that you can get started, and a box of random stuff that you can go through at another time, or you can go through right now. It's really up to you. Sometimes I go through it right away and put the things in the rooms where they belong, but sometimes that box sits for a few days, and that's okay too. The point of this isn't to organize your whole entire home in one day. It's to reset it. It's to dust off all the things that have gotten scattered around the house that don't belong there. And while you're going through this, if you find an item that you feel like, well, it belongs in this room, but I don't have a home for it, put it in the box. Because sometimes then later, when you go through the box of all the random things you've collected throughout the house, you've had time to think, well, I don't have a home for this. I don't know where it should live. Maybe I don't need it at all. And that's when decluttering happens. But that doesn't have to be your focus today if that's not where you're at. If you have 20 minutes and you just want to get a reset, this is an amazing way to do it. And it is truly incredible how much of a transformation can happen in just 20 minutes, depending on the size of your home. But if you're focused and you're only looking at laundry, trash, and random, it's truly incredible how clean your home can feel in just 20 minutes. And then, you can get to the actual cleaning, like dishes, sweeping, vacuuming, and all of those things. Once the house is tidy and reset, then you can actually clean things. But when everything is just all over the place, it's just hard to know where to start. But once you do, you will feel so much better. That short amount of time, you can do it. Anybody can do that. 20 minutes is not a marathon. And so if you're feeling really overwhelmed and you don't know where to start, I hope that you try this, and I hope that it works for you like it works for me. And hopefully it can make you feel lighter to want to keep going. Or it can make you feel lighter to where you actually feel like you can truly rest and not sit on the couch exhausted while your mental checklist continues to run in the background, but actually truly rest because you feel like you have a reset. And if you're feeling like, well, this all sounds great, but I cannot even wrap my brain around getting up and doing anything besides the bare minimum, I totally see you. I know what that feels like, and I know that it feels paralyzing. I created a free printable reset guide for your nervous system to help you step out of survival mode by not doing extra, but by just pausing pausing long enough to notice and to interrupt the cycle that leads to overwhelm so that your nervous system can feel refreshed and your brain fog can lift so that you feel capable again. Living in a constant state of fight or flight is a really hard place to be. And I know how hard it feels to try to get out of it. It can feel impossible, but I promise you, it's not. So if you're feeling like you need help taking the first step to get out of survival mode so that you can take the first step to start to reset your home, to help lay a good foundation to stay out of survival mode, I hope that this helps you. I hope that you'll download the free guide, and I hope that you will invite God into your day so that you can feel His peace because His grace is sufficient for you.